a 12-year-old boy did what millions had spent their lives chasing. He nearly cracked the impossible code of March Madness. His name was Sam Holtz, a 6th grader from Lake Zurich, Illinois. And against all odds, his bracket survived where millions of others collapsed. To understand just how remarkable this was, you have to understand what he was up against. The NCAA tournament is a gauntlet of unpredictability. Every year, 68 teams enter. And every year, millions of fans submit their best guesses for who will win each game. But here's the catch: predicting every single outcome correctly? That's a statistical nightmare. The odds of crafting a perfect March Madness bracket are 1 in 9.2 quintillion. To put that in perspective, you're more likely to win the Powerball lottery 4 times in a row than to correctly predict every game in the tournament. Statisticians have debated whether it's even possible. Some believe a flawless bracket will never happen in human history. Even artificial intelligence, which can process thousands of simulations, has never achieved it. And yet, in 2015, this 12-year-old with no deep analytics, no high-tech simulations, no insider connections, built one of the greatest brackets ever recorded. At first, no one noticed. Just another bracket entry among millions. But then the first round passed. Sam's bracket was still standing. The second round, still alive. Upsets were taking down experts, sports analysts, even professional gamblers. Yet Sam's bracket survived. By the time the Sweet 16 arrived, murmurs began to spread. Who was this kid? How is he still standing? And as the madness continued, so did Sam's streak. The impossible was happening. Section 2, the March Madness unfolds. As the tournament progressed, Sam Holtz's bracket became something of a legend. While experts analyzed team stats, player injuries, and advanced algorithms, Sam's approach was refreshingly simple. He picked teams based on a mix of gut feeling, favorite teams, and a little help from his dad. Yet, round after round, his selections proved to be eerily accurate. By the time the Sweet 16 arrived, millions of brackets had already been obliterated. Upsets had taken down even the most carefully crafted predictions. But Sam, his bracket, was still alive. Then came the Elite Eight, the moment where casual fans' brackets usually crumble under the weight of unpredictable matchups. But as each game concluded, Sam's picks held strong. He had correctly predicted nearly every major upset, outpacing seasoned sports analysts and professional bracketologists. Then the Final Four. This is where Sam's run entered the realm of pure sports mythology. His bracket wasn't just good, it was one of the best in the entire country. His name, once just another entry among millions, was now appearing in national rankings. The excitement was palpable. News began to spread. A 6th grader from Illinois was outperforming the best minds in basketball. With each game, the tension grew. People who had never heard of Sam Holtz before were now following his every pick. His classmates, teachers, and even strangers were checking in daily. Could he actually do it? Could a 12-year-old kid defy the odds and come closer than anyone ever had to the holy grail of March Madness, a perfect bracket? But then the inevitable happened. A single game slipped away. In the end, perfection remained just out of reach. Sam's bracket was not flawless, but it was nearly as close as anyone had ever come. Out of millions of brackets entered into ESPN's Tournament Challenge that year, Sam's was one of the absolute best. He tied for first place in the entire country. A 12-year-old had achieved what most considered impossible. Then something unexpected happened. According to ESPN's official contest rules, Sam was ineligible to win the grand prize. The reason? The contest was only open to participants 13 years or older. Despite having one of the best brackets in the world, Sam was barred from claiming ESPN's $20,000 grand prize and a free trip to the Maui Invitational. The decision sparked outrage and debate. Was it fair? Should exceptions be made for historic moments like this? But Sam, displaying a level of grace well beyond his years, didn't let it bother him. When asked about losing out on the prize money, he simply said, "It's okay. I had fun doing it, and I'd do it again next year." Despite missing out on the official prize, Sam's accomplishment wasn't ignored. Companies and organizations stepped in to reward him. He was given a VIP tour of ESPN headquarters, met sports analysts, and even received an offer to attend a future college basketball event. But one question lingered in the minds of fans and analysts alike. Would Sam Holtz ever do it again? Yes. The following year, in 2016, Sam filled out another bracket, hopeful that lightning might strike twice. But just like everyone else, he quickly learned the harsh reality of March Madness. It doesn't care who you are. His bracket didn't come close to his 2015 masterpiece. The magic wasn't there, and that's the brutal reality of the NCAA tournament. Even the greatest minds in basketball struggle to make accurate predictions. It's the reason Warren Buffett once offered $1 billion to anyone who could submit a perfect bracket, a challenge that remains undefeated to this day. The myth of the perfect bracket. Sam's near-perfect run reignited the debate. Is a perfect bracket even possible? Some mathematicians argue that given enough time and attempts, someone someday might get all 63 games right. But others believe it's a statistical impossibility, a puzzle too complex for any human or even a supercomputer to solve. The sheer randomness of the tournament makes it nearly impossible to predict. Injuries happen, teams underperform. A last-second buzzer beater can change the course of history. There is no formula, no strategy, no secret code that can outsmart the chaos of March Madness. And yet, in 2015, a 12-year-old got closer than almost anyone ever has. Where is Sam Holtz now? So what happened to the 6th grader who stunned the sports world? Did he become a basketball analyst? A statistics prodigy? Did he take his talent for prediction into another field? As of the latest reports, Sam has lived a relatively normal life. He grew up, graduated high school, and pursued his interests beyond March Madness. His story remains a legend in sports circles, but he never sought fame or fortune from it. He was just a kid who had an unforgettable run, and maybe that's what makes his story so special. It wasn't about money, fame, or beating the system. It was about the pure, unpredictable magic of sports. The idea that sometimes the impossible happens, and anyone, even a middle schooler, can make history. The lasting impact. Sam Holtz's story became more than just a footnote in March Madness history. It became an inspiration. Every year when fans sit down to fill out their brackets, they think about him, the kid who almost cracked the uncrackable code. His run also changed the way people look at the tournament. It reminded the world that expertise doesn't always win, that sometimes intuition beats analytics, luck beats logic, and belief beats experience. To this day, no one has beaten his record. No one has come closer to a perfect bracket. But the legend of Sam Holtz remains, a reminder that in the madness of March, anything is possible. So as you fill out your next bracket, remember, you don't need fancy algorithms. You don't need years of experience. You don't need insider knowledge. You just need a little bit of luck. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be the next Sam Holtz.